Welcome to ENN On Air, our digital news show giving you the stories of today. I'm Monika Jurevicius.
And I'm Filippi. Thank you for joining us.
Members of the Elon community are mourning junior Talia Malinsky. Malinsky died from brain cancer on April 29th at the age of 21. She was surrounded by family. Her mother, Irit Malinsky, said she died from a recurrence of brain cancer. The family is currently raising money to transport and bury Talia in Jerusalem. Talia was raised in an Israeli family and wanted to move to Israel after she graduated from Elon. Over $18,000 have already been raised for Talia's journey to Jerusalem. In an email shared by John Dooley, there will be a gathering of friends this Friday, May 3rd at 5:30 p.m. at the pavilion behind the Sklut Hillel Center. Scan the QR code as a way to donate to Talia's Give Hand fundraiser. If in need of support, students can access 24/7 resources from the Crisis Counselor on call at 336-278-2222.
Elon encourages ongoing intellectual engagement through discussion and debate. Our Fiona McAllister has more on what this means to students on campus and our campus political activity.
When it comes to political activity on campus, Elon sophomore Noel Vaught finds people at Elon are, quote, politically sleepwalking. Vaught stood at the Speaker's Corner, a place for student activism right outside of the Mosley Center, holding an upside-down American flag written with the words, "There is no flag large enough to cover up the shame of killing innocent people." Vaught said that her biggest reason for this protest was because of America's involvement in the war in the Middle East. Spreading her own opinions is something very important to Vaught, as she wanted to be the one to get the ball rolling when it comes to political activity on campus.
I feel like students here aren't politically active enough. I don't think that students here, partially due to it being such a small school, are brave enough, to express how they feel.
The First Amendment is something Vaught appreciates despite certain oppositions.
I would not say that I'm a very patriotic person. I feel like that's pretty obvious, But the one thing I do appreciate about this country is that we, at the very least, for now, have freedom of speech here.
Like Vaught, Elon's sophomore test trainer finds the war in the Middle East a topic in need of being discussed. Elon's annual Earth Week festival hosted a table that was in support of environmental justice in Palestine by the Students for Peace and Social Justice. Trainer, being a part of this table, wants to raise awareness about issues around the globe and finds Elon a place where they feel free to do so.
The Elon administration wants us to have a voice, even if that voice may be controversial or a bit sensitive.
Elon senior Nazim Shokri finds it important to be able to keep a broad mind when it comes to reasoning from an educational standpoint.
I think it's really important in an academic environment to keep an open mind and be open to having your opinions challenged. So I hope that our table brings awareness to the situation and also challenges other people to challenge their views.
Alongside Shokri, Professor of Sociology Thomas Arcaro wants to speak for the environment, where he finds boundaries do not exist when it comes to threatening ecological matters.
We all live on one planet, and there is no international boundary cutting off this country from that country when it comes to the environmental crises.
Protest, peace and justice, and the Palestinian environmental crisis can be roped onto Elon's campus one way or another.
Political activity is something students are encouraged to partake in while being within the university guidelines.
Today marks the first day of Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. This month celebrates the heritage and traditions of Asian Americans. May is significant for AAPI as this commemorates the first Japanese immigrants to arrive in the U.S. in 1843. Elon celebrated AAPI Heritage during the month of April to give AAPI students the entire month dedicated to their heritage instead of only part of May. Many events took place through the Center for Race, Ethnicity, and Diversity Education, with the last event being a Chinese club study session on May 7th.
Both this week and last, fraternities at Elon have gone away for a beach trip called Banquet. Last year, a similar beach trip in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, an Elon student on the club baseball team, Jackson Yell, was killed in a hit and run. This year, some fraternities are choosing to make changes due to the death last year, and club baseball will not be attending. Only one of the 8 fraternities at Elon have chosen to change locations in order to ensure safety, and 5 of the 7 fraternities that responded to comment implemented new protocols such as a buddy system, emergency training through Elon, an emergency contact sheet, sober monitor system, and staying at their resort. 2 of the 7 fraternities have not implemented any changes.
All the milk at Elon comes from one local farm. Our Rachel Hawley has more on the farm and how the milk gets to campus.
Randy Lewis, owner of Ranloo Dairy Farm, is the 3rd generation in the Lewis family to produce dairy products on a small farm in Eli Whitney, North Carolina.
Dairy is kind of the family business, and I learned this from my grandmother. My grandmother was kind of a feminist pioneer in a way. Her husband died very young, and she ran the dairy herself 20 years after he died.
The farm produces dairy products such as whole milk, chocolate milk, buttermilk, soft serve ice cream, and seasonally has eggnog. These products are transferred to local places such as Elon University. Lewis keeps his business small but mighty.
50 years ago, there were probably 80 grade A dairies in Alamance County, and I'm the last one. There's none left.
Lewis says that keeping it small and having passion is what has helped keep up his business these past 50 years.
This is all I've ever wanted to do. All I ever wanted to do is milk cows. So
the milk process starts here. Then the cows get milked. That milk goes into the cooling tank, then into the 500-gallon pasteurizer. The milk then gets pumped, hand-packaged, and eventually is transferred into our dining halls. The Ranloo Dairy Farm produces cream-top milk, and unlike most commercial milk, it's non-homogenized. This way, the natural fat of the milk is easier for humans to digest, making it much easier on the stomach and better for all to enjoy. Rachel Hawley, Elon Local News.
Ranloo dairy products can be found in all 3 dining halls on campus.
That's all we have for you guys this evening. Thanks again for watching ENN On Air.
For all the news you need to know when we're not on air, visit our website, elonnewsnetwork.com.
And follow us on social media at Elon News Network.
Have a great night, Elon.